wanted to give you some guidance on how to feel good about your food and your exercise choices as we go into the holiday season. Hello and welcome back to the show. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bree Ogletree and I am an online fitness trainer teaching everyday people how to fit fitness into their unique lifestyle so that they can achieve and maintain their body goals long term. I have been sick for the past 2 weeks. I cannot shake whatever I have, so if I sound nasally or froggy, I apologize. Still have a cold, some type of virus, something that my system cannot shake. So I apologize in advance if I sound weird today, but that's why. So we are approaching the holiday season. Thanksgiving is on Thursday. I feel like this year went by super quick as usual. So I love the holidays. All of the food that is traditional to a United States Thanksgiving. So turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, pie, all of those foods I love a lot. Around the holiday season is when people tend to start to feel a little shame around the food choices that they're making, or maybe the exercises or workouts that they're not doing because they're busy with the holiday season. There's a lot of feelings around exercise and eating and food choices when it comes to the holiday season. So I just wanted to make this episode to hopefully give you some tips and some pointers as we go into the holiday season so you don't leave or experience the holiday season with a bunch of shame or guilt for the choices that you're making. So the goal of this episode is to help you feel good about your choices this holiday season, to ditch the guilt or shame or any type of stress that you might feel or normally feel during the holiday season, and hopefully help you be more present and experience the holiday season in a way that feels good to you and that also still keeps in mind your fitness and nutrition goals. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos just like this. And if you're listening on the podcast, be sure to also subscribe to the podcast to get more episodes just like this. And one final thing, I am doing a special announcement on next week's episode. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to the channel, either on YouTube or you're subscribed to the Intuitive Strength podcast, so that you don't miss that announcement. It's going to be a once in a lifetime offer that I am going to be announcing, so be sure you are subscribed so that you do not miss your chance. I know that the holiday season tends to get busy for a lot of people. Maybe we're hosting parties or hosting one of the holidays. I know we're running around getting gifts for everybody. We're going to other people's holiday parties and events. So it can become a very busy time of year for a lot of people, which can bring on a lot of stress. So hopefully these tips will help you navigate the food and exercise portion of, joyful yet potentially stressful time of year. And hopefully it'll help you enjoy this time of year a little bit more. So tip number 1 for enjoying the holidays and feeling good about your food and exercise choices is to remember the clean slate method. I've talked about the clean slate method in several episodes on this show. What the clean slate method is the idea that you can make a different choice at any point in time that is more in line with your goals. So if you go to a holiday party, for example, and you maybe overindulge in some of the food that's there, instead of dwelling and, shaming yourself for those choices that you've made, you can think to yourself, what is the next decision or next action that I can take to put me more in line with my fitness and nutrition goals? I love the clean slate method because it allows you to imperfectly still work towards your fitness goals. This is the whole idea of progress, not perfection. We don't have to be perfect to see the results that we want to see, but we do have to continue making choices in line with our fitness goals. So the faster that you get back to making a choice that's more in line with your fitness goals, your nutrition goals, the more progress we're going to see, and we're going to be better able to sustain our progress through the holiday season. It also gives you permission to enjoy those parties and enjoy the food at these gatherings, these social gatherings, and during the holidays. The clean slate method is going to allow you to enjoy your holiday meal and then get right back to your fitness and nutrition goals as soon as you can. Tip number 2 is going to be to plan ahead. So to plan your workouts, to plan your snacks, to plan your meals. Especially for your workouts, definitely make sure you're still putting it on your calendar and you're still marking time for your workouts. Now, this is a tip that I recommend all year long, just like the clean slate method. But because we get so busy and, we have a lot going on during the holiday season, we tend to let it fall to the wayside and kind of drop off. I am encouraging you not to do that. Continue to schedule your workouts, continue to carve out time for your workouts, even if it's not your normal workout schedule. So if you normally work out 4, maybe 5 times per week, but during the holiday season, because you're so busy going to parties, getting ready, getting gifts, running around, maybe you need to drop down your training to 2 to 3 days per week. But as long as you still carve out that time and you still commit to that time, that is what is going to help you sustain your progress through the holiday season. So definitely continue to put it on your calendars, continue to make it a real event, and continue to commit to showing up to your workouts in whatever capacity that is during this holiday season. Now, when we get busy, a lot of us tend to forget to eat. I know it sounds crazy. Even if you are hungry, but you're busy, you're running around, maybe you're catching up at work or trying to, front load work at work so that you can take some time off, we tend to forget to nourish ourselves. So make sure you're still planning out those snacks, those meals, so that you are getting a solid amount of nutrition in throughout the day, throughout your busy time, getting ready for the holiday season. So if you know you're going to be running around doing your Christmas shopping or your gift shopping, just make sure you have, either a high protein snack, something that you can grab really quick, like a protein bar or nuts, fruit, things like that. While you are running around, so that you are continuing to fuel your body when you need it, and then you're not overindulging in food when you do finally get a chance to sit down and eat. So still make time for your meals, still make time for your snack time, and just keep that in mind. If you are going to be busy, you know you're going to be out of the house all day long, pack some snacks with you that are high in nutrition, high protein, fruits, vegetables, things that you can take easily along with you so that you can avoid overeating at your next meal and you can get the nutrition that you need. Honestly, set alarms if you need to. If you need to set a phone alarm to remind yourself to eat, it may be necessary because you are so busy. Take those breaks and set those alarms so that you are reminded to eat something. Try your best not to skip meals or snack times. Going all day without eating anything can often lead to overeating when you do finally get a chance to eat. So we're just trying to mitigate that. And this is helpful when you do have something like a social gathering, for example. It is common for people to skip meals, especially on the holidays, but I recommend that you don't do that. I recommend that you do eat breakfast and lunch and then enjoy your meal, but eat according to your hunger cues. So if we eat breakfast and lunch before we go and eat our holiday meal, we are less likely to overindulge in food, but we're still able to enjoy the food that's available. The last part of planning ahead is to plan your errands if you can help it. So if you know that you're hosting a holiday dinner or holiday gathering, plan your grocery shopping ahead of time, make a list, plan when you are going to go, just like you're going to plan when you're going to do your workouts during the week. The more that you can plan, the less stressful the holiday season is going to be for you. The more likely you are to make choices that are more in line with your fitness and nutrition goals. But you're also still able to enjoy the holidays while you do it. Tip number 3 for feeling good about your food and exercise choices during the holidays is to only eat and go to social gatherings or events that you really want to go to. It is very common to feel obligated to go to all of the events that we're invited to because, a coworker invited you, a family member invited you. But I recommend that you really think about whether or not you want to go to the social event. There's no wrong or right answer, but I think pausing to think about whether or not you actually want to attend will help you make better choices when it comes to your food and your exercise choices as well. And if you know that it's an event that you don't really want to go to and you know you'll be mentally in a better space if you don't attend the event, that's also going to contribute to your health as well and keep you present and happy during the holiday season. It is okay to politely decline invitations if you really don't have the desire to go or to be there. You can always thank the host for inviting you and tell them that you hope to make the next event. Now, if you do decide to go to these holiday and social gatherings during the holiday season, only eat food that you're excited and happy to eat. I was listening to a podcast by Andrea Allen, and She gave the great tip to not go through the motions when it comes to eating food at social events during the holidays, and to really stop and think about the food choices that you are making. Is it actually something that you enjoy eating, or are you just grabbing it because it's there? It is 100% okay to enjoy food that you really like and you really want to eat. But if you're just putting stuff on your plate and just eating it just because it's there, that's a totally different story. So just being a little bit more mindful about the food choices that you are making while you're at these social gatherings and holiday events can help contribute to you feeling better about your exercise and nutrition goals during the holidays, because you are consciously choosing what foods you do want to enjoy and which ones you're just going to skip. So it's really all about being more mindful, being more intentional about your food choices, even if they are foods that you may not eat all year round, but that you really enjoy. So it really just comes down to pausing and thinking for a moment if it's something that you do really want to eat, or if it's something that you can skip because you don't really enjoy it that much. So the eating habits I'm talking about in particular are eating until you're about 80% full or 80% satisfied, taking your time while you're eating, and then eating undistracted. Now, the first one, eating until you're 80% full. What this basically means is you eat until you're satisfied. You could maybe eat a little bit more, but you're satisfied. So the amount of food that you had is satiating. It stopped your hunger. You might be able to eat a little bit more if you wanted to, but you're not going to. During the holidays, I understand that this can be a little bit more challenging, and I totally get it. I enjoy like all of the holiday food, but that's where the other two habits come in as well. So taking your time while you're eating, not rushing, to get to your second plate if you do have a second plate, or getting to dessert, taking your time to eat what's on your plate. So what this looks like is taking a few bites, putting your fork down, having, conversation in between bites with whoever you're eating dinner with, and just really being present and enjoying the moment. And distracted just basically means eating at the dinner table, eating with the company that you are sharing dinner with. It kind of ties into taking your time as well, because you're going to conversate with the people you're having dinner with. You're going to take your time picking up your fork between bites. We're not eating in front of the TV or in front of our cell phones. We're really present in the moment. If we keep all three of these eating habits in mind, it's going to help limit the amount of overeating that we're doing. It's going to help us be more present in the moment with our loved ones, the people that we're eating dinner or sharing a meal with. And you're going to walk away feeling much better about your food choices, whether you choose to get a second plate or not, or you choose to eat dessert or not, because you are listening to your body at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about. And that leads us right into tip number 5. So tip number 5 is going to be listen to your body. This is going to apply to all contexts. So it's going to apply to your stress levels during the holiday season. It's going to apply to your nutrition and to your exercise and workouts during the holiday season. If you find that your stress levels are high during the holiday season, find ways to reduce that stress. So some of it can just be planning ahead of time. I know things come up last minute, but the more that you can plan ahead, the less stress you may experience during the holiday season. Get all of those to-dos out of your head and onto paper. If you know you have a lot going on, sometimes just writing it down and getting it out of your head is going to help reduce your stress, because it's not just sitting in your head anymore. It's now tangible and on a piece of paper, and you can look at it and sort it and categorize it accordingly, instead of just ruminating in your head and thinking about all the things that you need to do that aren't getting done right now. So I highly recommend writing it down and categorizing it in a way that helps you understand what is a priority, in the moment, in the next day, in the next week, in the next month, and help you get a little bit more organized around what you need to do during the holiday season and reduce that stress a little bit. As soon as I write down everything that I got going on in my head in terms of everything that I need to be doing, because I can then see it and then realize what is, important and what's urgent right now, and then what can wait a little bit down the road. And then I plan for that as well. Other ways to reduce stress are doing something like a 5 to 10 minute meditation every day. Again, I know we're busy, but if we make those 5 to 10 minutes for ourselves to help ground ourselves in this busy season, that can really help you reduce stress as well. Also, things like yoga and things like asking for help. This one is huge. I know we want to try and do it all ourselves, but sometimes delegating some tasks and getting some things off your plate is really the best answer. So if you do write a list down, figure out what you can delegate out, whether it's to your children, to a family member, so that you don't have to do everything by yourself. The last thing I'll say about listening to your body is to get rest when you need it. So if you need to skip a workout session, which goes back to our conversation earlier, if you need to reduce the amount of training that you're doing throughout the holiday season, that is more than okay. And you can definitely do a couple sessions a week, and still maintain the progress that you've already made this year. If you'd rather replace something like a lifting or, more intense workout with something that's a little bit lower intensity and low impact, like going for a walk or going for a hike, I highly recommend that you do that, because we want to continue to feel good. Maybe we need to change the volume and intensity of the movement that we're doing so that we feel better throughout the holidays. Again, this is going to take a little bit of planning ahead and really tuning into how you feel. There's no right or wrong answer. All movement is good movement at the end of the day, but if you do need to take a rest, definitely rest. If you need to reduce the volume of training that you're doing, definitely do that. Do not ignore your body's signs to take more rest. Definitely listen to your body and rest when you need it. Now, I know we're busy, but if you can get a nap in there, 10, 20, 30 minutes, I love me a good nap. So if you can manage to nap throughout the day, definitely throw a nap in there. I always feel recharged after I take a nap. And naps usually serve me better than just going for another cup of coffee, especially if it's later in the day. I'd rather take a nap and feel more energized as I go through the evening than try to drink more coffee and then not be able to sleep in the evening. So I highly recommend naps if you can get one in, and help you get through those busier days during the holidays. Those are going to be my 5 tips for feeling good about your exercise and nutrition choices during the holiday season. But the conversation can definitely continue in the comments. Comment below what your best tip is for feeling good about your exercise and nutrition choices during the holiday season. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel to get more episodes just like this. And if you're on the podcast, be sure to also subscribe and leave a rating and review. And one last announcement, be sure to tune in next week. I will be making a special announcement, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So definitely be sure you are subscribed and be sure to tune in. Enjoy your Thanksgiving and enjoy your holiday season. I will see you next week. Bye.